stalking me. See his position? He's not even giving me a target to hit. Let's do it this way. So basically, he's almost like in a position where he's going to protect the ball. Or getting ready to run that way, which is one of his sights too. So if we're sparring and I'm moving like this, so what I noticed is that, see that's where most people don't do. Right? What they're supposed to do when you're committed towards your toes is what? Go towards the heel, right?
Of course.
But they don't do that, so that's why you can always score on them all the time. So I want to add one thing to your arsenal that you've never done that I think you're going to have so much fun with it. Here, come on fast. And when you come down, step forward.
Step?
No, not for subtlety. In other words, watch. We'll do it 2 seconds.
Over here?
Yeah. Well, it's not even that high. Watch. Watch. Just sneaky. There's a fortress. I want to go under. I want to bridge the gap. I want you to stay there. So what I do is this. Gotta go, buddy. You gotta go. You know? Right?
Yeah.
So all it is this. So let's do it this way. Watch. We're at a distance. The minute you go like this, technically speaking, you're vulnerable here. Because your knees are locked. But all they see is your head coming and they think you're coming. So then you go, and now you just got a whole bunch of...
Well, you cut the distance too.
Yeah, you jam it
without
up.
them even knowing.
Yeah. So what I used to do is this. I would go, that's it. Or sometimes I would go this. They're like, huh. Then I would go this. Because people normally look at your head. Then I had a really sneaky one. Watch this one. Which is really basically what Billy Blanks did.
Yeah.
But this is where I actually teach you to come in. Watch. I will go. Look. See, so the minute, if I go to this, it looks like I'm going back, right? But I'm planted here. So I will go, and then you have to come, and I'm going to go like this. Pop. Or still stay in the ring. Because what I would do is here, boom, zoom. Make sure you want
Of course.
So it's creating illusions where you're actually going pop, pop, zoom, and the person's here, person's coming at you, right? And you just went back, and you went this way, and they're about here. But then I also used to throw techniques which would be covering them this way and that way, and then you hit them in the middle. Very, very similar with the zigzag. My idea is to trap the person. Your idea is not to get trapped.
Of course.
So if we're playing the cat and mouse game, let's go on trap, not trap. But because of your posture, you got an intimidating posture. You want this. So it's like, wait a minute, he's coming.
Right, he's coming.
He's coming. Where I normally did the opposite. I was like, and then I'm like, but I am coming. And I'm coming on an angle to make sure that I'm able to. These guys were heavier than me, mostly heavier than each other. So the only way for you to drop them is for you to be there and not so much here. Because when you hit,
Right.
you was in the safety zone. So a typical Manny Reyes Jr. reverse punch. I'm here and he would go, boom. Now look at where his body is. Slightly out of the line of fire where he can hit me and I can't really hit him. And he did it like he was scared almost.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See? No. When I say scared, he changed his posture. But he would do that and go back, around, and then that's it. That's it. That's a classic 1/4 turn. I'm scared. Please don't come at me. Maybe you'll lean the head to make sure they do come at you.
Of course. And we're going to throw a throw, make him come in with a back fist.
Right.
Or blitz in.
Right. And then get hit with the counter. Sometimes less is more. Now, we're polar opposites in the sense that I'm taller, he's shorter, I'm ugly, he's handsome. I would throw a lot of techniques, he threw limited techniques. But what was the constant? Let's talk about that for a second. It's called winning.
Winning, just win.
Sometimes you don't want to freaking, you have to win. If you're going to compete with your son, you have to win. Right? You can't help it.
No.
Right. So is it winning or losing? Do you like to win more or hate to lose?
I hate to lose.
There you go. See the difference of physiology?
Yeah.
So it wasn't so much that he wants to win, he doesn't want to lose. To be out of the line.
Yeah. And you have the fear.
Yeah. The fear, okay. So we're gonna take fear. Fear. Fear is false evidence. Huh? And what else? We're gonna get closer.
It keeps you sharp. I mean, yeah, fear. Don't be afraid to feel fear. I feel fear every fight.
Being afraid and still doing it is being courageous. That's what courage is. It's not the absence of fear. It's being afraid and still doing it. If you have to transform to another character. Your character painted his eyes. Were you putting wall paint or something? What the heck were you doing?
I asked my mom to give me her eyeliner.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what was it that you was thinking when you did it? What you wanted to be?
It's intimidation and different. I just want to be different.
Yeah.
Why
It's
follow
boring.
the same?
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, my thing was a Borinquen, a Boricua, a Taino, you know, whatever you want to call us. We learned indigenous people that were on the island called so-called Puerto Rico today. I put Vaseline, and every time I did it, it was freaking blood. Freaking going to war. I did that too because I was part of the warrior spirit getting ready to go to battle. But you only battle for peace. If you go to war for the sake of war, then you can't win. You want to save your children, so you battle for the peace. So what I would do, this is a secret, I congregated an army, mostly children, by dancing and what have you, by interacting with the general public. And then, what did the women do normally? Oh my God, he's so cool. So now I got the men, the children and the women, and the men are pissed off. That's the enemy! Now if he's pissed off, I'm beating him, right? So I went into the village and I became a person that they like. And then I was able to go.
It's all psychological.
Psychological war.
Oh, speaking of that, real quick, when we're talking about fear, so one thing I'm going to tell you about fear. If you let it control you, it'll paralyze you to the point where you will not, you won't overcome. You have to know how to overcome it.
Stage fright is
Yes.
something that's scary. I felt my feet
Your
cold.
feet will be like frozen, like you're stepping.
But really cold.
Yeah, and then you're doing this stuff.
Oh
to try
my
to get it
gosh.
out. I started wearing socks, whatever, but I overcame it. And there were times, I'm gonna be honest.
No,
where
you
I'm
gotta
from
keep it
now.
real, man.
Keep it real. They were honest. Some nights I'd win a grand championship, beat a guy like Raymond Daniels or the Brady's or some of the top fighters
That
of
on
all
paper,
time.
the other guys should
Tony Young,
technically.
Tony, who I respect so much, the great super lightweight of all time. You know, I came after his era, but I took the title from him. I mean, right after, and then it was my time. And all those guys I fought, I always had a chance. I had my mind saying, "Oh, this is what I was gonna say." I would go to sleep, and after winning all these fights, I'd be, damn it. At the end of it, at night before I went to sleep, I'm like, "How the hell did I do this? How did I do it?"
Well, I'll tell you how. He got into character. The warrior character is the alter ego. You went from Clark Kent, which right now you're Clark Kent. But if I say we're going to go compete now, you become Superman. It's the same freaking person.
Yeah, the
It's the
thing
same person,
is
but you tap
the
into it.
fear. If I was scared to death, like, oh my God, and I'm like, and I had to put my head, I had to sit in a chair, put my head down. There's ways to control it.
Yeah, breathing.
But
breathing helps.
But that fear, if you don't overcome it,
You're done.
forget it. And if you think you can't beat somebody,
You're
you're
right.
done too.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll be friendly. You'll change it. Nah. And I was able to beat some guys that nobody expected me to beat. I'm proud of
What
that.
I
But
did.
yeah.
Hey, what
Oh,
I
absolutely,
did.
yeah.
If I'm near the ring, what would happen?
If you were what?
If I was near your ring,
Oh no, yeah, you of course. I mean, I could go to an incident. The most memorable, 1998, at Washington D.C. We were the underdogs. We make it to the finals against the team of Freddie LePan, Preston Clemens, who had just beaten Pedro Xavier 8-1 and blew out John Paul Mitchell the tournament before in a team match, and Jody, super fighter Jody. And the night before, we're like, how are we gonna do this if we want to win? Jerry came up with a plan.
they asked me to compete, and I said no.
We wanted to replace my brother who had a knee injury at the time, or he had a bad hamstring, but that wasn't the point. Also, we weren't too confident with the matchups, and I'm like, being the veteran with two young guys from Hialeah, I had Kempo guys, we were a real team, and then we had Jerry
Classy.
mentoring us, and Jerry said, you're going to go in there, you're going to follow, this is what we're going to do. He grabbed us, because I went to Jerry alone, I said, how do I do this, bro? I got Alex and Gus, and then you're like, come here, and we went back. Gus, you're going to fight Freddie LePan. Manny, you gotta contain. You gotta do your job. Contain Preston,
job.
and then Jotty. Well, by
In the meantime, Freddie's not Freddie just came back. He's not a soft dude. That guy,
no,
Diesel's strong. You gotta watch him. He'll break you, knock you out.
Ranked number 1 or 2 at that time in his division. All right, in the 18 to 29, and we pulled it off.
One of the things that I did also was that when we went on stage, we made sure of the team, right? So I'm there with you guys, and I'm the 1, 2, 3 hole. So I'm getting the congregation, and I'm standing there, and the opposite side also looking at me. And they're not sure if I'm going to fight. I'm sure they're like, is he going to fight or not going to fight?
Psychologically, yeah, you're right. Because you're right. You were the 4 people. We went up, only 3 could fight. Psychologically, I was looking at Preston Clemens building anger, building anger. He had just beaten the great Pedro Xavier 8-1. I mean, it happens. We all lose like that here and there. It happens in the sport.
He was a young buck.
Yeah, but he was a stop rising, and I was able to contain him in the middle. We tied, and then Alex held it at the end, and we won. But the thing is, fear. If you don't control it, it'll. And that's how I was able to beat somebody, because I would think and dream I could beat this guy. No, I can't. You have to, even though you know he's got. You know, you could look out, damn, this guy.
Yeah, but you mind your business. You do what you can do. Mind your business. Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. I'll show you! I'll show you! Maybe not, you know. That's the whole thing, is the attitude. And what I noticed about Mr. Reyes is that even though he's not what you consider a big guy, his aura was big. From down here. Little K was the same thing. Kevin Thompson, Billy Beers, and also, you know, these guys were little but strong, and they were stalking. You wasn't trying to run.
No. Longevity, documentary title, that's the way to do it. I know your history, every title you ever won.
It's important for us to be able to be honest, because what's happening in the sport karate world, a lot of that so-called history,
they're changing the history, they're making
they're eliminating it. Yeah. So you're starting to see videos. Yes, guys, I fought a lot of the top fighters of all time. I was always a fan of theirs, no question about it. However, when I see it as a third person, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe what they did to that kid sometimes. And the challenge that I had was that I was not normal, in the sense that I was a New Yorker, I was a Latino, and I didn't conform to the gangs. I was an independent that made hundreds of thousands of dollars without having to kiss any white man's booty. And that's the way I saw it. Anyhow, guys, I appreciate it. We out of here. When I say AB, you know what to do. AB,
see ya.
We out of here. Get out of here.